given too many. Just 4 runs in his spell so far. Maybe a couple of more overs. We'll have to wait and see what Mehdi Hasan Miraj is thinking.
I think I'm with Mehdi Hasan Miraj as well. Probably the ball is still skidding onto the bat, not turning as much as we expected. Get the ball a little old and get your right arm leg spinner who had a field day in the last game. 9 overs, 35 for 6 wickets. Runs with the bat as well in the first game. 39 not out in 14 deliveries. So certainly his confidence will be high. But how Mehdi Hasan Miraj uses Rishad Hossain will probably determine the end result. He's letting his know as we speak. I think the little signal towards getting warm up is Rishad Hossain, who is at mid-wicket at the moment. Slow ball again.
Yeah, he will have to deal with right and left hand combination. Probably one of the reasons why they'll be thinking whether this is the right time for him to come into the attack. But with the kind of form that we've already seen him, won't be surprised as he's loosening up.
Certainly the crowd has gathered in to watch this all-important second ODI will be wanting the young man with the ball. Required rate at 4.57, well within control. Bouncer, maybe too high. Yeah, straight away, Chris Gaffney gets a nod from Tanveer Ahmed and called wide on height. And 1 bounce over the over signal as well.
Yeah, you don't mind him trying to bowl a few short pitch deliveries, but you don't want to see him do it on a consistent basis. Yeah, too high. So it is a wide. Also the fact that his skipper, Mehdi Hasan Miraj, might be asking him to try to bowl a few pace of the ball deliveries.
I think you got to give it to Mustafis for putting an effort on a slow pitch. And to get the ball that high, that's an effort. Yes, it was a wide delivery, is way too high. But you got to give it to Faiz for trying out on a pitch which does not encourage fast bowlers to bend the back. Certainly over the years has been the workhorse for Bangladesh in white ball cricket especially. And good to see him still giving his 110%, knowing that probably this spell can only last for 3 or maximum 4. Awkward bounce, but safely negotiated for a single. For Athanaze ends the 12th over. 41 for 1. To see him still giving his 110%, knowing that probably it's been tough going in the last 6 overs for West Indies. 19 runs, most importantly, no wickets fallen. And a run rate of almost 3.5. Work those singles, bat with patience, those are the little words and the key words for West Indies. Remember, they are 1-0 down in the series and got to win to square the series 1-all. The crowd certainly smiling with a score of 200 odd being scored, and certainly they are with a smile, Athar Ali Khan, just like yours.
They've handled the spinners quite nicely here, this pair. Casey Carty and Alec Athanaze, both into the 20s now. Partnership now 41. And this can settle things around and also will put a bit of a pressure on Mehdi Hasan Miraj to make a few changes in the bowling department. No signs of Rishad Hossain yet. 4 bowlers used so far. Still going on with a slip in place, which is absolutely fine.
Nicely bowled. I think more time these two players that's in the middle doesn't lose their wicket, more nerves will be on Bangladesh side as well. Settled batsman can make the damage. This is a surface, one will become two. Most oftenly we saw wickets falling in a heap. It's all about making sure you build the dot deliveries, not give nothing away when it comes to loose deliveries. If the batter has to go score a boundary, make sure it goes out of a good delivery, taking a risk. Bowling there or thereabout is going to be important for all the spinners.
Yeah, in that chase of 207, West Indies were cruising along at 79 for 1. Then all of a sudden they start losing wickets one after another. That was the problem. It was a collapse. So far so good for them.
Ball again. Yeah, extra effort being put in. But the West Indian batters not taking much risk, playing the ball on its merit, keeping wickets intact. But the real test will come in the high riding leg spinner comes into the attack. Possibly next over. I love to bowl from the media box in where most of the damage was done in the previous game. Time since last bound at 26 deliveries, that's another indication that Bangladesh definitely keeping things in check. River sweep and nicely placed as well, and no chance for the short third man fielder. That's a Nexus Bay boundary to end the over, and also brings up the 50. I beg your pardon, one more delivery. Beg your pardon, 47 for 1.
It's such a good looking shot, and we speak about the value of shot selection. Have a look at this shot. He picks up the right length and the line to play the reverse. It's a very good shot to pick up a boundary.
Oh, turn, big turn. It's in the leg stump for sure. 6 runs from that over, 13 done, 47 for 1. Chasing 214, West Indies 47 for 1 after 13. And here comes the leg spinner, fresh from 6 wickets. In the last game, Rishad Hussain into the attack. And starts off with a good delivery, nice and full and on the money.
And nicely played too from KC Karti. Never easy because the ball will turn away from the right-hander. Has already picked up 16 wickets. That figures of 6 for 35 came in the last match. Straight away, and a bit of a discussion with Rishad Hussain, the skipper, because there is left hand, right hand in the middle. So once they pick up a single, you need to set the field according to the batter on strike.
We spoke about Rishad Hussain reluctant to bowl the googly, especially in the last game. Out of the 9 overs he bowled, he just bowled 1 googly, and this missed. Jayden Seales is a good shot, very, very good shot, powerful in the gap, and Ali Kathanais greets Rishad Hussain to the crease with a lovely hit, and also brings up the 50 for West Indies.
Yeah, again a control, conventional sweep, and then also picking up the gap. That is a lovely shot. Didn't bother to run. Why would you want to run? Was in the gap, and it races over to Nexus Bay 4. Yeah, 50 partnership with that boundary, 51 of 78. It's turning out to be a very good one for West Indies.
Almost equal contribution by both the batters, Athanase and Karthi. Change the field, one fielder from the off side, move to the leg side. Much better. Was that close? It is close. Chris Gaffney gives it on field just like the first innings. And Ali Athanase, he's going upstairs and it's a Dutch Bangla Bank decision pending.
TVM Private Director, we have a player review for LBW. Original decision is out. I check the feet of the pad is free. Front on, please. Appears to be missing the bat. Can you confirm that with Aldridge, please?
Yep, here it is. Through the hose.
Aldridge turning on. Clear gap between bat, glove and the ball. Satisfied, no batted ball. Ball tracking, please.
Ball tracking coming.
Pitching in line, impact in line, wicket sitting, original decision out. Chris, stay with your decision of out. You are on
For the
free
second
signal.
time in the series, Ali Athanase is LBW to Rashad Hussain, and that's a rocket out. Missing the straight one when you're playing the sweep shot for a bowler who bowls wicket to wicket most of the time. They're taking a massive risk, and Athanase has to walk back after scoring 28. 52 for 2 West Indies. Bangladesh was waiting for a breakthrough, and Rashad Hussain, the man who has been in super form, provides with the big wicket of Ali Athanase, who accounted for the same batter in the previous game on his first over. That was a straight delivery on this occasion. Straighter, trying to play the sweep shot to a conventional leg spinner, plumb in front.
Yeah, what a start for Rashad Hussain. Not a great shot. We were all just speaking about how well they have handled themselves so far. It was a little bit further down, not close enough for the batter to try to play that sweep shot. And would you believe it? It's the second time the West Indian batter have taken the review, and on both occasions they got it wrong. So they don't have any reviews left so early in the innings. Brilliant from Rashad Hussain.
Yeah, both the openers have burned the reviews. Akeem August at number 4, another left-hander for West Indies. Too much turn straight away. Nur Hassan Sohan just letting the captain know I was going down the leg side.
Yes, straight away making an impression with the ball, Rashad Hussain. It was a good comeback. You remember he was hit for a boundary, and straight away comes back and picks up a wicket. Slip and a leg slip in place.
Comes down the track. And rightly so, Mehdi Hasan Miraj attacking the new batter. Excellent fielding, save a certain single there. A short mid-wicket. Now, I like the fact that there is a leg slip for Rashad. The ball turning square and bouncing as well. And new batter, especially sometimes if you have hard hands trying to search for the ball, trying to reach the ball, there's a good chance that this leg slip fielder will come into play. Nicely played. Akeem off the mark with a single and ends the 14th over, which is a successful one for Bangladesh. 53 for 2.
53 for 2 after 14. West Indies, they just lost the wicket of Athens, courtesy of the man in form for Bangladesh, Rishad Hussain, the leg spinner. Tanvi to continue. Even in the first ODI, West Indies were 51 without loss at one stage until Rishad Hussain was introduced. Tanvi to continue. Welcome back, Samuel.
Hello Mazza, hello everyone. What a moment for this young man. Debut for the West Indies, only the 4th St. Lucian to play for the West Indies in international cricket, following his coach Darren Sammy, Johnson Charles, Gary Mathurin, the others to play before him. Received his cap earlier today, from the head coach. No doubt memorable moment indelibly etched in his mind. He'll want to contribute now with the bat. Mentioned the impact of his dad and his parents and all of his family members. A former West Indies under-19 captain, and he gets his first boundary in international cricket. Wonderful start for the young man.
That's Nexus Pay boundary for August. That will give him a lot of confidence. Was on the shorter side, but the placement was excellent on that occasion. That will give him a lot of confidence. Yeah, it's a great feeling to get that cap from someone like Darren Sammy. Can you remember yours, Samuel?
Yeah, mine was way back in 2012, but he got his T20 cap a few weeks ago in a series against Nepal in the UAE. So he's played international cricket before, so it's the first time in this format. No doubt he wants to make a name for himself in international cricket. Had a good little start in that T20 series against Nepal. Now he wants to make a name for himself in this format.
Nicely played. Calculative risk taken. He knew the fielder at mid-on was inside the circle. Nicely executed. Makes the coach happy.
And this is just a glimpse into what this man is capable of. We've heard of his stats, his productivity at number 3, his volume of runs since the 2023 World Cup for the West Indies. A lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Has to do a lot of good things for a long period of time. 15 overs gone, 62 for 2.
Bangladesh will look up to Rishad Hussain once again today. Been exceptional in the first match, already picked up a wicket. Augusti is someone who's like to challenge Rishad. It's going back to Athens' dismissal, Samuel. Even in the first match, trying to guide that on the onside, was skidded through. Today, tried to play that sweep. He was late to react at one point, I really felt.
They're falling twice to this man. Very good control. And you're right, they will turn to him again for some sort of heroics. And that's a gift. It doesn't make full use of it. But one of the reasons why Athens and Hakeem Ogis is in this team is because of the ability to play the spinners, the ability to sweep. We've seen Ogis play a couple of sweeps already, and they also want to maintain that left-hand, right-hand combination out in the middle. Shehop has demoted himself, usually comes in at 4.
That one a lot slower from Rishad. Yeah, they're opting that sweep shot pretty often, especially Augies.
And he has to be careful as to when he utilizes the shot, has to be calculated in his approach. He just can't play that shot for every single delivery.
That should be given as wide. Yeah, just going back to Rishad, it's all about confidence for a leg spinner's point of view. We have seen picking up 6 wickets in the first match, and now you can see his body language. He's a lot confident. Likely on the shorter side.
Yeah, he should have a lot of confidence, but he seemed loath, very reluctant to bowl the googly. Mentioned that he's been working on it quite a lot. And you heard before that he's bowled only one googly in the entirety of his 9-over spell, and that to the very last delivery to get the wicket of Jayden Seales. I just feel that in these conditions he can utilize that delivery a lot more.
Nicely driven.
Yeah, that delivery, the last one, is a similar type delivery that he used to get rid of Casey Carty in the first ODI. One that was a little bit outside off stump and one that he had to reach for and got him caught in slip.
Again, that sweep shot from Augies. Polite inquiry. A dot ball to finish the over. 16 gone, West Indies 67 for 2. Bowlers used so far from skipper Megas and Miraj. West Indies are 67 for 2 after 16. They're inches of 214. And as we mentioned earlier, they got a good start. Kept a bit low. But this is a very crucial phase, Samuel. Even in the first match, they lost all their 10 wickets in the second power play. The leg side. Not enough pace behind that one. It'll be interesting to see what the umpire signals here. Given as leg byes.
Yeah, you're right. It's during this phase of the game where they lost all of their wickets, or the remaining wickets rather. And I mentioned before that their temperament and their technique will be tested during this innings. He's shown the proclivity and the appetite for a lot of runs and to bat deep in this cycle, Casey Carty. That's why he has the most runs for the West Indies since the 2023 World Cup. So he's a crucial cog in this batting effort, particularly in this chase. He's got off to a good start, 29 from 44. What he needs to do is to make sure that he bats all of the overs, gets his team over the line. And if the other batters can bat around him, it will give the West Indies a very good chance. They also have a long batting lineup tonight. They've strengthened their batting department by bringing in Akeem Ogis. They'll have the likes of Shai Hope, Shilf and Rutherford. These guys have wonderful one-day international records, and even their bowlers can bat, the likes of Moti Akil Hussain. So they've got depth tonight, and they'll fancy their chances given the situation that they're in, but they'll also be cognizant of what happened in game 1 and that spectacular collapse.
Yeah, it's a great learning curve for both the batters, for the West Indies in the middle. Slightly on the shorter side. Not best of timing. But yeah, you need that character in the middle when you're playing in such surfaces. Demands a lot of skill and trust as well. So when the pitch bites back, class isn't timing, it's trust. Nicely bowled. End of over number 17, West Indies 71 for 2. Rishad to continue. Samuel, I just had a chat with Mushtaq Ahmed just before this game, where he worked with Rishad over the last couple of months, and the one point that he mentioned was about his run-up. Kept a bit low as well. Just have a close eye on Rishad's run-up. Previously, he used to run straight. Nowadays, he comes sideways. So it gives him a bit of rhythm as a leg spinner. And since he's an open chest bowler, it's important for him head doesn't fall. That is one area he's been working with Mushtaq recently. You mentioned about his googly. It's something he's just developed. So he's not fully confident as a bowler to bowl those googlies pretty often, but he's working on it. There's also another aspect that normally coaches ask you to bowl those googlies wide of the crease, but in modern day cricket, you need to have that ability to outfox the batters, bowling closer to the stump. So yeah, the release point is very important from Rishad's point of view when it comes to googly. But have a look at that run-up. It's quite smooth. Just keep your eyes on his head position. Previously, it tends to fall a lot, but now he's keeping his eyes towards the batter. What a ball. Outstanding.
Yeah, what a delivery. The drift in, the bounce, the turn. Remember, he got Casey Carty caught in slip in game 1. It's a similar type delivery. Never so often he produces those magical deliveries. Yeah, he's working with one of the best, with Mushtaq Ahmed in that dugout. An excellent proponent of leg spin bowling. And that was struck firmly, well fielded, certainly saving his team some runs. 72 for 2. It's a water break as well.
114. West Indies are 72 for 2 after 18. They need another 142 runs to win of 32 overs. Casey Carty and August are in the middle, making sure West Indies stay alive in the series. Alright, let's have a look at another beautiful place here in Bangladesh. It's Satla Bhil in Uzipur near Borishal. A marshland with a sea of floating water lilies, almost a carpet of pink. What a beautiful sight. You should visit there, Samuel.
Yeah, during the break, the experience of Mushtaq Ahmed coming to the fore, having a chat with the spinners. Quite curiously, the wrist spinner isn't there. He's speaking to the two left-hand orthodox, but information being shared, knowledge, wisdom, experience. And he's such a wonderful player in his time, and now he's passing on his knowledge to the next generation of Bangladeshi spinners. 72 for 2. West Indies still need 142 runs. They have 8 wickets in hand and 2 batters who are getting themselves set. Carty very well set, and Ogis has looked good in his debut innings to date. I mentioned that he was the West Indies under 19 captain back in 2022. He hails from Castries in St. Lucia. And no doubt his family members will be looking on at this one. Still early morning back in the West Indies. Folks will be tuned on, hoping for a West Indian win.
Undoubtedly, it's a great platform for someone like Augies, making an impact. Never easy in these sort of conditions as a batter. You have to trust your skills. Huge turn again. One important part that Mushtaq did mention today was the way you're able to read the batter's foot movement and how quick they are. If the batter is quick with their hand, ball slow. Nicely battled. Looking for the second. He wants that. No, rightly sent back. Yeah, when the batter is quick with his hands and feet, you have to slow it down. And when he's quick to react, you need to bowl those slower pretty often.
Really pleasing to see the way that the West Indians have handled the spinners so far. Strategic moves and interventions from the West Indies camp in getting Hakeem Ogis in and Akil Hussain. So they've assessed the conditions and they've made some adjustments. And they're putting themselves in a good position. 74 for 2.
Going at a very similar pace, West Indies, but the best part is they have just lost 2 wickets. And at the moment, these two batters are making sure West Indies build up a partnership. 22 of 35 now. Skipper Sheho, all set. That was just over the bowler's head. Yeah, and huge turn, almost undone Carty.
I wonder if there was a little bit of premeditation from him looking to maybe go for the sweep and then seeing the length. Fortunately for him, just out of the reach of the very tall Richard. And a couple of the other commentators mentioned that you need a bit of luck on a surface like this. Is tonight the night for Carty?
Again on the shorter side, lucky to get away on that occasion, Richard. Another aspect of a leg spinner is that flipper. We used to see Shane Warne bowls a lot. Perhaps maybe Richard tried to do that one in that delivery. Samuel?
Yeah, maybe we look at the speeds that he's bowled in this over so far. He's been in that 85 to 88 region. I think he did a wonderful job with that. Just the speeds in this over. He's done a good job in the first game in getting the right speeds so that he can maximize the spin from the surface. Another pleasant looking shot from Casey Carty. This partnership now worth 26 and going along quite nicely.
That was nicely played. He was in total control on that occasion, Carty. Nicely bowled to finish the over. 4 coming from it. After 20, West Indies 78 for 2. Well, West Indies are in a much better position compared to Bangladesh after 20 overs. They're 78 for 2. Bangladesh just lost 1 more wicket in this position, 74 for 3. Tanveer Islam to continue into his 4th over. But the way the two batters dealt the spinners today is surely commendable. For that slog. It's a safe shot to play against someone like Tanveer, the left-arm spinner.
Well, once you're proficient at it, if you've practiced it a lot, if you've honed that craft and that skill, then yeah, by all means. And he is someone who is quite proficient at it. That's the reason why he's been brought into this playing 11. But they'll be desperate for a breakthrough here. Who's going to provide it for them? Required run rate just about 4.5 runs and over. So no issues there from that standpoint for the West Indies. They'll know that if they can bat out these overs, in all likelihood they'll chase these runs down. So Bangladesh need to bowl the West Indians out. A little bit of a delay. 4th umpire coming onto the pitch, maybe with a replacement bail. The LED bail not functioning properly. So an opportunity here for a little discussion between the captain and bowler, maybe to reassess plans and to reset where they are at. But so far, so good from the West Indies.
Skipper Mehdi Hasan Miraj having a chat with Tanveer. Tanveer recently worked with Humayun Kabir Shahin, the former leg spinner and the spin bowling coach of the Bangladesh women's team, who's currently in India for the World Cup. But he mentioned that he worked with his release point. At times he tended to pause while releasing those balls and varied those pace as well. He's a prolific performer in the domestic circuit and also the leading wicket taker for Bangladesh this year, Tanveer. But at the moment, Bangladesh needs to break this partnership. Nicely played again, keeping the eyes on the ball. Yeah, what I like about the two West Indian batters in the middle is that they are confident. Spin is less about what the ball does and more about what you think it will do. And that sweep comes in, nicely fielded. Good work from his own bowling, Tanveer. Bowling those dots will be key for Bangladesh. 36 balls since the last boundary.
Yeah, that's a good point. If they can string together a few dot deliveries, a few maiden overs, perhaps they're going to put some pressure on the West Indians, especially Hakeem Ogis, who is on debut. He might just do something silly. Needs to be calm. A little discussion from Casey Carty, who's been around for a longer period of time, might be key.
Three coming from that